Good morning. Weather's coming, sun's shining a little. As I promised, I'm going to take you guys on a little cabin tour. I didn't get a chance to film a lot while I was building. I've still got quite a bit of finishing to do inside. As you can see behind me here, it needs siding on the outside. And so I'll just take you along. Hopefully this don't turn into too long of a video, but I'll show you a little bit the way I built. With the necessities in mind, thinking of the first things, got to have shelter. And I didn't have a lot of funds to work with after I had got hurt and whatnot. So, you know, shelter first. And I hunt and I raise the hogs. So, you know, we're having food and lots of firewood around this area. And very important in a lot of builds, or most builds should be to everyone, is water. And I do have, I'll show you a quick little where I get my water from. And my well was actually, I dug it in before I built the cabin, so I'll try and show you if it turns out at all. We're going to be in the dark, but we'll see what happens. So I'll take you along for a little tour, so what we got done so far. So I like the railings, diamond willows make some nice little railings. But the porch here, my cabin is 20 by 40 when this porch is 10 by 20. So plan on some finishing with this in the future. As I said, I got solar power. I run 2 deep freezes here. I've got a 7 cubic foot and a 5 cubic foot, and that plugged in. I mean, winters, of course, it's cold, they can be unplugged. I feed my dog on the step. So when I feed her a whole bag full. She can eat whenever she wants. But let's go on in and have a little look around. You see my little wolf on the front, and inside you'll see a lot of different wolf things, collections. We'll take you a little tour. As I said, I got solar power. So I run a full 18 cubic foot fridge freezer. I built the cabin here. I put in a pantry just so I had extra space. Stuff. I still got cupboards to build. I did start working on cupboards. This was finished here. Drawers, so you can put like a lot of bowls and stuff like that. Pots and pans, very easy to get stuff out. But I only got the one piece made. I just got a backsplash and everything in there, about 4 inches high. So, but yeah, I run propane stove. Lasts me a long time, and always warm in here. Let's say this cupboard has worked for now. Got a sink in, got the plumbing in. I do have a septic tank buried, and so the water's got to go somewhere. So that's a little bit. My kitchen is pretty small. I still got to put cupboard across on this side. A few spices and stuff, my water jugs, and love my coffee first thing in the morning. So, and of course my office. And this is my living room. So, of course, if you're going to be off-grid and you're going to be a YouTuber, you need to have Wi-Fi. So I do have Wi-Fi. There's some other stuff that I built. I've got to put the doors on my china cabinet yet. Built a big trunk there with the back to sit on. Well, it's not really meant for water jugs to be on, but I need a little more space. So you can see, of course, probably the only guy that owns 7 coats, has them all hanging, because every time I go outside I put on a different one. different jobs, whatever. But this is my living room, and of course, if you've followed along and seen any videos, this is my wood box right beside the stove. It's got a door to the outside there, so I just pull up on the deck and I fill my wood box. So I have enough wood in here to last 12 to 14 days depending on the weather. And where's the stove? This is an old Energy King. The porcelain's gone. Used to have a crown, and very efficient stove. Of course, your little drying rack just in case of things wet. I'm just going on to my outhouse, because I'm off grid here, but I did tell you a little information. I got some stuff that a lot of people don't have. When I built, I didn't look for hot water on demand. I put in a 40-gallon hot water tank. Runs on propane, so you don't need power to run it. One of the first things, because the power I had was basically to run my water pump and a couple of lights. I was building the cabin when I had the floor done. I said, you know, I hate showers that fall apart. I like my space. So I went and bought an $800 tub, full one piece. Yes, there was the rest of the furniture, and for towels and whatnot behind the door. So that's my bathroom. I have no outhouse. I've been off grid for about 10 years, and I don't have an outhouse. Don't need an outhouse. So with the water, I do have more storage shelves here, washing machine, and do laundry. I had an old machine that would run off solar power, and there's my solar stuff here. You can hear the inverter running. Almost the fridge running, the freezer running. So it's pulling a little bit of power, but I have lots of power in the batteries. So, but yeah, the old washing machine would run on solar. The new one has sensors in it, and it won't. So I have to run my generator to do that. But big deal, you know. And of course, the clothes dryer is you know, 4 feet square back here, and it's got a couple of racks, so I can hang a full load of laundry in there at one time, and it dries, I do another load. And a little storage underneath, and the door goes out. I actually had greenhouse built onto the house here for starting bedding plants, and as you can see, there is no bedding plants in there this year. I have some road trips kind of planned, and so not going to be so much gardening this year. This here is just a spare room, and I've got nails along here for hanging clothes, or in the fall I do my onions and stuff like that. So when kids come to visit or whatever, then I have a spare room. Yeah, this is the master bedroom. Nice little storage too. Got to keep the onions cool. I didn't build this furniture. I built some very similar for my daughter. But yeah, that's the master bedroom. So that's, I'll take you for a little tour downstairs, see if we can see the well at all. There's a hole in the floor. place to keep some cold beer. Oh, I can't see too much down here, but look right down there, a little white piece of pipe sticking up out of the ground, and that's where my well is. So it's all under the house. I have a little crawl space under here. So I have some tarp here. I covered up potatoes, put potatoes down here, cover them up, and they stay kind of cool. So well, that concludes the tour. I hope you enjoyed. You see the walls here. I kind of planning on putting pine board inside, finish the inside up, and so as we do that, we'll maybe take you along and show you what we're doing. But that's my little cabin. Had to get moved in before it got too cold, and when you're working with a crippled up back, kind of takes a little time. So I worked any time of the day or night to get it done. So there's my water supply. I was just going to say, like, I built the well, built the cabin over top of the well, got a battery, got a solar panel, went and picked up a 12-volt RV pump, hooked it up. Had my water lines, my hot water tank hooked up with propane, my kitchen stove with propane. I had hot water instantly. I had showers when I want to shower. So I've been totally off-grid 10 years, and no, I don't have an outhouse. So there, we're going to just leave it at that. If you have questions about anything there or the solar system, just pop back a couple of videos there. I did a little tour of what I set up, and it works for me. Like I said, deep freezes, fridge, Wi-Fi, TV. You know, I have, it's just, you can just enjoy life like anybody else, you know. Seeing all my rooms, I've got pull strings on all my lights, so it's just pull the string and you got light when you walk in, just like any other house. So it's off-grid, very simple, works for me. You know, I'm running 1400 amp hours, you know, system, so it runs for quite a while. So, ciao for now. Catch you again.